Bem-vindos ao nosso espaço, um mergulho profundo nos assuntos mais interessantes de esportes, ciências e temas gerais do momento. Aqui você vai encontrar conteúdo de qualidade, com análises empolgantes e descobertas fascinantes que vão expandir seus horizontes. Nossa missão é trazer informação relevante de forma dinâmica e descontraída. Queremos que você faça parte dessa jornada incrível de conhecimento e diversão. Se gostar do nosso conteúdo, não esqueça de deixar seu like e se inscrever no canal para não perder nenhuma novidade. Ative o sininho também. Aproveite!
If you love science, don't forget to like and subscribe. Deep beneath the crushing weight of the world's oceans, where sunlight is a distant memory and the temperature hovers just above freezing, lies a world of silent, slow-growing majesty. Deep-sea corals, unlike their sun-drenched cousins in the tropics, do not rely on photosynthetic algae to survive. Instead, they are the patient architects of the abyss, building intricate calcium carbonate cathedrals that can stand for thousands of years. But these resilient organisms are more than just passive residents of the dark. They are biological recorders of a much grander, much slower rhythm, the tectonic metronome of Earth itself. To understand the evolution of these corals, we have to look downward, past the seafloor, into the churning, incandescent heart of our planet. The Earth's mantle is not a stagnant layer of rock. It is a dynamic, fluid system driven by mantle convection. Immense heat from the core creates rising plumes of molten material that cool, spread, and eventually sink back down in a never-ending cycle. This slow-motion churning is what moves tectonic plates, creates mountain ranges, and opens new ocean basins. Scientists have recently begun to realize that these convection cycles operate on a predictable schedule, a geological heartbeat that pulses every few dozen million years. This tectonic metronome does more than just reshape the map. It fundamentally alters the chemistry of the global ocean. As the mantle pulses, the rate of seafloor spreading at mid-ocean ridges fluctuates. When the rhythm accelerates, more volcanic activity occurs at the bottom of the sea, releasing massive amounts of minerals, carbon dioxide, and heat into the water column. This is where the corals come in. Deep-sea corals are highly sensitive to the saturation levels of calcium carbonate in the water. To build their skeletons, they need a specific chemical environment. When mantle convection cycles lead to increased volcanic activity, they release huge amounts of calcium and change the ocean's pH levels. This chemical shift acts as a selective pressure. During periods of high tectonic activity, only the hardiest coral species can survive the changing acidity and mineral availability. These species are forced to adapt, leading to bursts of rapid evolution and diversification. Conversely, when the tectonic metronome slows down, the ocean chemistry stabilizes, allowing these coral forests to expand and colonize vast new territories across the oceanic plains. Furthermore, the movement of the plates themselves dictates the evolutionary pulse, by creating and destroying habitats. As plates drift over millions of years, they create deep-sea gateways, passages between continents that allow deep water currents to flow. These currents are the highways for coral larvae. A shift in the mantle can open a new gateway, allowing a species of coral that was previously isolated in the Atlantic to migrate and evolve in the Pacific. This physical reshuffling of the planet ensures that deep-sea corals are never in a state of evolutionary stasis. They are constantly being pushed, pulled, and transformed by the engines of plate tectonics. The fossils of ancient deep-sea corals provide a high-resolution map of these changes. By analyzing the isotopes trapped in their stony skeletons, researchers can reconstruct the temperature and chemistry of the ocean from millions of years ago, matching biological milestones with the slow-motion dance of the mantle. This connection between the deep Earth and the deep sea suggests that life on the surface is more connected to the planet's interior than we ever imagined. The deep-sea coral is not just a biological entity, it is a manifestation of planetary physics. When we look at a branch of cold water coral, we are looking at the result of a billion-year-old process of heat exchange. The intricate patterns of their growth and the diversity of their forms are the sheet music written by the tectonic metronome. These organisms have survived multiple mass extinctions because their evolutionary strategy is tied to the most stable thing on Earth, the slow, rhythmic movement of the mantle. They remind us that the history of life is not just a story of competition and survival, but a story of geological harmony. As we continue to explore the deepest reaches of our oceans, we find that the pulse of life is perfectly synchronized with the pulse of the planet itself. The next time you think of the Earth as a solid, unchanging rock, remember the deep-sea corals. They are the living proof that even in the darkest, deepest corners of the world, the heart of the Earth is still beating, driving the cycle of life forward through the eons. For more incredible facts like this, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.